She says, don't put that thing on me. I'm not licky. I won't do it. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I won't do it. Don't lick it me. Kiss it, girl. Nice, my pretty. Sometimes life is smooth and sometimes it's really rough and hard and turbulent. And so many things happen at one time. You're just like, it makes your head spin. Like how do you stay on planet Earth with all that stuff? I figured out last night Tucker's licking his armpit. And I was like, because he only has that one good shoulder and he's compensating for all that weight he's carrying on his tumor side. And this morning, I mean, because he just started licking it like bad. Like I had to take the cone. Luna's just being such a good girl after surgery. I took the cone off. I had to put it on Tucker. I gotta go buy another cone, so we don't mess with his armpit. And then I looked this morning, and his nail lady's like 2 weeks from coming over on his regular schedule, and so that's making him slip more. Which it's just, I see how these things work, and so I got errands to do this morning, Ma. You gonna be all right for a little bit? I'm not gonna be gone long. I got notes. I also gotta go meet a cousin. A cousin, Ma. You got a half-sister in Cuesta. You got those results from that DNA test, the other one, and you got a half-sister in Cuesta, and I actually met my cousin when we moved into the place in Hondo. I can't make this shit up, man. I can't make his stuff up. I had to buy a modem, internet modem. And so I had to go in there, and the lady that helped me was super real nice. That was my cousin. She don't know she's my cousin. She's about to find out she's my cousin. They're going to have a lot of interesting conversation because it's Friday. So I'm sure she's going to get on the horn and call her. I don't know if her mom's still around. I only kind of skimmed her Facebook page. That's how I knew that she worked at the internet store that I went to. And freaking trip, man. I woke up to that. I woke up to that little tidbit. That little bits and tids. Like, wow. Like, wow. Wow, Ma. Adopted so long ago, and then we end up 73 years after you were born in the place only to find kin? People that we're related to? Like maybe I could find out who your mom and dad were? Because this lady shares one parent with you. I don't know if it's her mom or dad. I don't know if they know. We're about to find out. Ooh, the tea. The tea in Taos. Putting the tea in Taos. Oh my gosh, I gotta write that down. That's good. Putting the tea in Taos. I could have it daily on that just by reading the police verbs. Oh my God, this place is a crack up. Ma, it is a blessing that we were not born and raised here. Because I'm pretty sure I might have ended up a Crystal Villalba if I would have done that. Or you could just put all the dirt out there. You know, somebody's a jerk, shitty. There's already a shitty landlord shaming Facebook page. The tea in Taos. I could start a TikTok channel, tea in Taos, TAOS, and just go around and put all of my like local government foibles of them like with like, why would you do it that way? Like, it's funny. They don't. Yeah, anyway. Where those notes? I gotta get going and meet my cousin. It's already open, and I gotta go out to the Unleashed. This town is so small, and there's people that have lived here their whole lives, and they're just in their pockets, their bubbles of comfort, and they don't mix, And I get it. I get why like families don't. It's like somebody does something, Wow, family lines is funny. I just never really had to deal with them because we were the throwaways, Ma. You got thrown away from your family, and I got thrown away from mine. You just couldn't throw me far enough away to keep me away. And now we're BFFs, huh, Ma? She was never really complimentary when I was young. Like, not really a lot. Like, you could tell that she was proud of. I could tell that, like, wow, like, and then a lot of times she was like, "What are you?" The way, the way her face looked at me in my life. Now we look at each other with love and kindness, and it turned out okay through all the hardships, and there's been a lot of hardships. Life is scary, and the older you get and the more things that you love. I've had to love things and let them go and never really have them because we were never a part of groups. We were never a part, no. And when I was younger, my mom used to look at me and get mad at the parts of my face that looked like my father. And then I would go spend time with my father, and he would look at me and get mad at the parts of my face that looked like my mother. And neither of those things had anything to do with Marge. So, what else? So I gotta go out to the nail trim girl works, the groomer girl, and make sure she comes tomorrow. Or somebody comes tomorrow, because I even tried to trim Chuck. We don't do it good. That's why I have somebody come to the house, do it for him, because we don't do it good together. We do a lot of stuff together. That is not something, no. I saw this morning that they're declassifying. They're going to declassify marijuana. Like, how much has the prison system? Because they're just replacing it with something else, These are the same people that sat in the chairs that have been making it illegal. Like, that's why when I was a young kid, like 15, and I'm hanging out with my buddies, Jeff and Eric, and we're driving around looking for Elvira, where they move her to this time, the pinball machine in Redding, California, smoking weed, talking about one day this is going to be legal, And now I'm fucking 50. And they still make people criminals out of something natural while Big Pharma, it's just disgusting. It's like they can't anymore. And it's the same people that made it. Like, they've been sitting in the same chairs. I'm ready for turnover, man. This government, London Bridge is falling down, Corp USA. What rise must fall, and it never has lived in its dignity. The land has, the people on it, no, it's the dignity of the land has always been stolen. We're supposed to be the custodians, take care of the planet. And what do people do? What do people do? Well, ask ER nurses what people do. Ask ER nurses how people spend their time. They get bored, thinking about themselves. Put it in your butt. We're the ones with thumbs, and we're supposed to be evolved. Nah, I don't buy it. I keep thinking the dogs are whining. I even squirted the fan this morning with WD-40. I thought Tucker was crying, and I kept saying, "Hey Bex," I kept saying, I'll be right there, and it was the fan. And then I was like, oh, it's the fan. I'm making up stuff, so I gotta go out and get into action, so I'm not putting all of my energy into, because I just got Luna through that stomach surgery, so it's just, life is scary. It's scary to potentially lose things that you love. You know, every day you can potentially. I'm so glad I never had kids, dude. And I knew from a young age, because when I was 14, 15, 13, 14, 12, I mean, there were times I looked at mom and I'm just like, God, why wouldn't you have just aborted me? Like, I hate my life. Like, I hate you for having me. And then having to learn how to love. It's been oh so difficult. But if I can do it, anyone can. And looking at her with just such hate and disdain, just like with collectively with every cell in my body, and just going, I hate you, like I would, all that and meaning it, and the idea, the thought of any kid that came from my loin looking at me and saying things like that and meaning it is enough to break my heart. So I never wanted to do it. I thought I could be like a foster mom, like an auntie, like I could be. I'm trying to create an environment where people can come and just find shelter and regroup and then decide what the fuck you want to do with your life. You got to do something with your life, and drugs and alcohol ain't the way. And if people are spending any kind of time making that the path, we ain't on the same path. So I even looked up meetings this morning. I can't believe how hard it is to find a meeting. So I heard there's a couple of them, and I just don't. I'll figure it out. The puzzle. It's just another puzzle to unwrap. Life is yet a puzzle. It's 9 o'clock. You want to go back to sleep for a while, Ma? When I'm done with my talk? Huh? Okay. What else? Yeah, the more you love, the more it hurts, I think. But I think I'm reprogramming my brain as to what pain is, because my body is physically in pain all the time. So I equate that. I put that on other people. I read about I was thinking, I was talking to Mom about the prodigal son this morning. And it made me, I never read about it. And so I read about it, and it wasn't the story that I thought it was, which I think is hilarious. In my mind, it was an entirely different story. I like my version better. I won't get into it now. I could do the return of the, yeah. I could do a whole talk on that probably. But I call today's talk Breaking Brains. The energies, the frequencies that are transpiring are not comfortable for a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to spend a lot of energy and a lot of effort soothing themselves just so they don't have to feel the vibrational energy, instead of using natural ways to get it out. But my body hurt, so I didn't even do a set this morning. Oh my gosh. Landslide, landslide, landslide. The earth is shifting. It's such a... Everybody's feeling it. Everybody's feeling it. And if they're not acting like they're feeling it, like outwardly, you can't... I mean, they're totally sedating themselves then, I guess. The picture on the thumbnail that I used, I go walk around the town square because my body gets tight, and I'll put on some music and jam out. Sometimes I'll dance, and sometimes I'll just mosey. Mostly I strike. It depends on my what frequency I'm tuning into and what my body's capable at that time. And I walk down this Bent Street is a pretty predominant street in this town, and it's in the tourist part, right in the heart. And I don't mind going down there early before the Torons come out. And there's a cooking store down there. I gotta get the name of it stuck into my brain. I bought a new magnet from there yesterday. I haven't bought a magnet since Oregon. I haven't bought a magnet in a long time. And then on the back, it has about the artist. So I'll do it. I'll break that down later. So I go creep up and pass, like I do, and my eye catches that butter dish, and I'm like thinking, I leave the butter out.
And I've done it for my whole life. We've always, and I hate, and yet my flavor palette is so sensitive that I can taste ambient air fragrances that butter attracts. It's one of those. It's a flavor sponge. And I keep it out because it's easier for soft butter. And I think mom's even had butter dishes before. I just have never had a butter dish. And so I saw this and I was so excited because I'm like, oh my God, it's going to match my plates and it's going to match my mixing bowl. It's a turquoise color. I am so excited yesterday. I'm on a pink cloud. Because I'm just on a pink cloud, like life is so good, you know, and then I get and then I'm like, no, Marge, don't get up there too high. Remember, you got to mind the dip. Because the higher you get, as soon as something like scary happens, you're gonna have a struggle with the dip. So, and then like I get that, and I'm just like I can't even be more excited, stuff like that, and so I have the bag in my hand. I didn't even have my hands in the loop. It was wrapped in bubble wrap, like she wrapped the shit out of that thing. And I grabbed the bag and I had my keys in the hands and I let go to the bag to put the key in to unlock the car. And it just went tink. And I was like, oh, it broke. And dude I was with, he's like, did it break? She wrapped it real good with bubble wrap. I said, yeah, I sound pretty. And then I pick it up, open it out, and had that crack right across. I go to the store to buy some Gorilla Glue. Got to see a woman, it was her last day, so if it wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have got to give her a goodbye cookie that I had in my pocket. I was so sad. I was like so sad because I was so excited about that butter dish. It just wasn't supposed to be. And that's how I am. And I have to keep my energy in check. Because if I don't, shit breaks. It's been like this my whole life, huh, Mom? I've been breaking stuff on accident. And not really purposeful. I have broken stuff purposeful, but I haven't really lived in that. Because destruction is not what we're supposed to be. We aren't supposed to be breaking shit. We're supposed to be creating shit. So I was so excited and then it just broke. It just shattered. It just broke. And so, and then I got home and I was taking it outside. I was taking it outside to try and glue it. Or once I took it out, I determined that I couldn't. No, that's what it was. I took it out to look at it to glue it, and then I determined even if I glued it, it broke in such a way that air would still get in, and it would defeat the purpose. So what I did is I called the cooking store. I called the cooking store. I said, you have another one of those butter dishes that I just bought? She's like, yeah. I said, could you hold it for me? I'll be down. I said, I might not be down today, but I'll be down tomorrow. And I did return the buzzer from the taco truck that I took home in my pocket day before yesterday. I returned it like first thing yesterday morning. And so I went down and she sold me the other one. She gave me a discount. I was like, dude, you don't have to give me a discount. It was my bad, you know? And so I said, don't worry, I will come back. Because they got all these cookie cutters. So I'm going to go back and buy cookie cutters. And for my cookies and stuff. And then so I got another one. So here it is. And she gave me oops, sorry, Mom. So I was taking it outside. And then I dropped again, and then it shattered more. And like later I found this was all that's left. I cleaned it up and then I just found the new knob. But this is my grown up butter dish. Huh, Ma? It's only gonna taste like butter. I'm gonna go out and get me some bread. Homemade bread. Or bakery fresh bread. They're everywhere in Taos. Oh. Anyway, I should get going. Mom's gonna want to get up and have breakfast in an hour or so, and I can get everything I want to get done in an hour. I wasn't finished, so I go to that cooking store, and I moved, and I lost track of my milk frother. And so the cooking store where I got the butter dish, they didn't have any. Yet they were going to start getting that stuff more and more. Yet there is another cooking store right around the corner. So I went in there. And there's a nice young girl working. I'm not going to, I don't want to say her name because I don't want to say it wrong. Anyway, so she's the daughter of the woman that works at the nail grooming place where I go and talk to Claire, the girl who does they work at the same place. I met her daughter. And I got a milk frother, and I was going to get this one. She's like, this is the one I have, and it's only $16. I said, good enough for me. You know, I love recommendations. When other people that tell me, come on, girl, tell me they try shit, I love that stuff because I already know it works. If it works for them, maybe it'll work for me. And then I started to tell her about my cookies, and she's like, do you know my mom? I was like, yeah, I think I do. So that was pretty cool. My whole life's like that. Like, I meet people in fucking California, in Nebraska, with connections in California. Like, the world ain't what people tell us it is. It's what we make it. So, anyway, that's all I think I got all that. I tried another burrito spot in the taco place yesterday at the spot. It was okay. I think because some people do use pork adobo and some use beef, and I think this was pork, and I'm trying not to eat pork. So I ate it because I couldn't really tell. Girl, you want to go outside and walk around? No, you can't sit in your chair. You just had surgery. You sit down there, ma'am. I thank you tonight. You're only 3 days post-op. You're 3 days post-op. 3 days post-op. She said, F you, I sit in my chair and I'm in the mood. Oh wow. Dogs, animals, people, I mean, things are so resilient when they have what they need to get better. You know, Mom, you know you're on a king-size bed, right? Mm-hmm. Yet your little leg is draped across the stair that the dogs get up and down because Benny is taking up most of the bed. Yeah. And I found a good so I found a barber and a good coffee shop. A good cup of coffee. And they don't, any place where they're not going to charge me an arm and a leg is a good enough place for me. Oh, I'm supposed to put a 2 shirt on Luna. I wonder if I could put one of these tank tops on her. Let me finish this talk yet. All right, that's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a rad